Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Gray, and today I'm bringing you probably the most insane stamina warden build you have ever seen up until this point. Especially for patches up nowadays and for future patches and how the game is turning out to be. This warden build is absolutely amazing. I've been having a ton of fun playing it, especially on streams. If you don't follow me on Twitch, or if you don't tune into my streams 100% and you want to, one, go follow me on Twitch. It'll be in the description below. Two, start tuning into the live streams. You'll get to hang out with me, interact, and get to see a lot of crazy fun 1vxing and what it's like as a YouTuber inside of Cyrodiil. So, let's jump right into this build. Starting out with the character stat sheet, we have 64 points in his stamina. I'm not a little cheeseball zergling bot who runs 64 points into health. I have thumbs and skill. I don't need all that points into health, alright? Next, I am an Imperial. A lot of people ask about my race. I'm an Imperial on pretty much every single character, every single class. It's just my favorite race, and it's very good inside of its passives, alright? Next, we have Smoked Bear Haunch food. You should only be running this food. I don't care. It's the best food in the game right now. Definitely use this food. If you don't have it, get it. If you can't afford it, I don't know what to say. Get this food. It's too good, especially in PvP. Next, I'm running the Shadow Monostone. If you want to put something else here, by all means, go for it. It's completely up to you. I just prefer the Shadow, especially when it comes to the healing side of the crit. It's extremely strong. Next, be a Stage 3 Vamp. If you're open world and you're solo like myself or in a small group, Vampire Stage 3 is for you. It's too good. It gives you undeath. It's not as strong as it used to be, but it's still very, very good in open world. In dueling, it really doesn't matter all that much. Alright, let's jump into the gear. This is what you all came here for, so I'm going to give you guys this build, alright? We have Rallying Cry on the sword and board bar. If you have a powered trait, you're going to obviously have better heals than I do. I'm just not going to trait change it because I really don't care. I swap around builds all the time. I rather have Trasby for actually crafting gear and whatnot. So 100% go with powered if you can. If not, it is what it is. You'll be fine. All right. Then I'm running Sturdy Shield. If you want reinforced because you don't block a lot, that is also fine. You'll be a little bit tankier if you're running reinforced as well, unless you block a lot like I do. So next, for our second set, we're running Kind Marcher, Sharpened Maul on the back bar. This is absolutely insane of a set. If you've never seen this set, 100% go get it, go buy it, go try it, do whatever you need to do, get this set. It's absolutely amazing. Very, very strong, especially with this build. So I'm running a Sharpened Maul. If you want to run Nernhone, I think you'd be fine with it. I just like the extra penetration. It's just extremely strong against all these tanks and stuff nowadays, so I prefer that. Next, we are running Balorg. Balorg, what can I say? It's bread and butter for almost every single build in the entire game of ESO. In PvP, this is probably the strongest monster set and the most used over the past, like, 5 years, or however long this set has been out. This set has been a staple for every build for many years now and many years to come. This is absolutely insane. It's just too good to give up, all right? I'm running one heavy, one medium for the monster set. Now, I will say this, all right? Balorg is great, don't get me wrong, but ever since I made my Bow Necromancer build, you can also check that out on my channel if you like Necromancers. This set, Kalnar's Nightmare, has been an absolute monster inside of Cyrodiil. Inside 1v1s, inside BGs, inside whatever you want in terms of PvP, this set has been absolutely annihilating people with damage. One, nobody expects this set to hit them, all right? No one. I don't care who you are. You don't expect this set to hit you if you're fighting that person for the first time. If you don't know who you were fighting and they hit you with this set, you're going to get hit out of nowhere and be like, what the hell just hit me? And this set is doing mad damage on people, all right? So Kalnar's Nightmare is a very good secondary option if you don't want to run Balorg. Another option is Roxas. That's a sustain set. You can also run that. I will show you here Roxas real quick. Roxas, this set is absolutely insane. It gives you insane amount of recoveries. You pretty much never have to run a sustain set ever again in your life if you have Roxa. If you have Roxas, you'll be perfectly fine in this game. You'll kill everything, and you'll have infinite sustain. You'll spam roll dodge, spam block, spam all your abilities, and you'll be perfectly fine. This set is absolutely insane. If you want to run this, you can. You don't have to. All right. Then I'm running Kind Marchers on 3 pieces of the body because this is a heavy set. So I'm only running it on big pieces, being the legs, the feet, and the chest. Those are the 3 biggest pieces outside of the head. And yeah, So you want in-pen on everything. If not, you'll be okay. I'm not running full in-pen, and I'm perfectly fine in this build. Next, we have a Rally Cry Light Waist because it's the smallest body piece for armor traits. And we are running a light on this because, like I said, it is the smallest. Then I'm running a Trainee Medium Hands. So we have 2 medium, 1 light, and 4 heavy. All right. So we have at least every single armor trait on this build to get all the passives. Next, we are running Saint and Seducer. I just got this mythic not too long ago. What can I say? This is the strongest mythic in the game right now. This paired with Kind Marchers, I don't know what to say. Your enemies absolutely get annihilated. They can't heal, they can't sustain, they can't survive. I don't care who they are, they're going to die. Call me the rapper. I'm just playing. But it's absolutely insane. I have been loving this mythic, especially with Kind Marchers. This combo right here is absolutely bonkers. It's bananas, guys. It just annihilates everything. All right. Definitely get this if you want to. If you don't have it, you can run Sea Serpent. You can run Torcatonal. You can run Markin. You can run Malakath if you really wanted to. If you run Malakath, you're obviously going to be swapping out the Shadow for something else. You can run Death Dealers. Death Dealers gives you 2.6k stats on everything. Absolutely insane. Giving you even more health too if you really want to. But yeah, so I'm running Saint Seducer with Swift. Absolutely insane. The movement speed is actually, this is my first time ever running Swift in the game. It's actually crazy. I do love it. And then I have 1 Infused and 1 Bloodthirsty. If you want triple Infused, you're going to get like an extra 250 damage. In my opinion, it's not really that worth it. I'm actually not having any issues with 1 Swift, 1 Bloodthirsty. I'm doing perfectly fine in PvP, as you will see in the gameplay later on. But it doesn't really matter. Run whatever you want here, whatever you feel most comfortable with, and you'll be fine. All right. All right, let's jump into the skills. I have a little bit of a weird skill setup, and I'll get into why here in a little bit. But I am, in fact, running the Blue Betty Netch over the stamina version because I have like 6 or 7 mag abilities and like 3 stam abilities. And you're probably wondering, well, how are you playing a stamina warden? Trust me, let me cook, all right? Let me cook. But we are running the Blue Betty. It's actually insanely strong. Reduces negative effects, completely removes them. Increases your damage done, gives you major sorcery, it restores magicka. Just absolutely a crazy skill. All right, next we're running Polar Wind. This is probably the strongest heal in the game. This heal is absolutely stupidly broken. I don't care. I only have 4k health, and this heals me for like 13k all the time, or 15k, 16k, whatever it is. If I get a crit, it's like 20ks. All right, this heal is stupid. All right, if you want, you can put Arctic Blast on, but I'll get into the reason I'm not using Arctic Blast right now. All right, Polar Wind is why I'm not using Arctic Blast, and Healing Soul is the reason you no longer need Arctic Blast if you run it the way I run it. Polar Wind is a better heal anyway, so I prefer better heals. All right, makes you an absolute tank, immortal god. So for the Healing Soul scribing skill, broken as all ever. We have healing, major vitality, and we are running our class script, the charm. All right. The reason we have the charm on a heal over the contingency is actually broken. So hear me out. Hear me out. I'll cook for you guys here for a second. All right. So hear me out. 1, you get a crazy heal, about 10k for almost the tooltip is about a 10k, right? And then you also get major vitality for 10 seconds, increasing your healing received by 12%. That's pretty strong, right? Increasing this heal, increasing your Lotus Blossom heals, like you get some pretty good healing from the build, right? You also get a heal from this. Now hear me out. I get to charm you, restoring my own resources on top of my Netch, on top of my Lotus Blossom giving me resources and stuff back. But I also get to make you run toward me and absorb all the damage I want. Now, if that ain't crazy, right? If that ain't absolutely insane, then I'll just jump off the Eiffel Tower or something. But this, in my opinion, is the best thing to ever come to the Warden class. This absolutely broke the entire class, and it was already a broken class. This class has been amazing for the past like 4 or 5 years, and it's even stronger now with scribing. But hear me out. you run the charm, the heal, and the vitality, and you're constantly weaving this in, you're immortal. And I promise you, you'll kill everything in the game. All right. But let's continue on with the skills. All right. Next, we're running Ice Fortress. Obvious reasons. It's your major buff. It also gives you minor protection, reducing damage taken. Insane. Resolving Vigor, staple of every single build in the game. It's a must on every character. I don't care. You have to run this. Next, this is a flex ultimate, but hear me out. I'm going to cook for you one more time. All right, chat. Spell Wall. Hear me out. You're in a 1v6 situation, right? And 19 Nightblades decide to come zerg you down with their snipe and their bow ultis and whatever other cheese they're running, Tarnished Nightmare, whatever it may be. You hit a spell wall, right? You take reduced damage, reflect all projectiles against you, and then you can just go full offense on whoever you're fighting and nuke their forehead. And then, you know, throw it into the river and let it freeze. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely crazy. But if you're not weird like me, 100% go with Northern Storm. This is probably the strongest ultimate in the entire game. It gives you major protection. It gives you insane amount of extra damage on top of your actual damage. It has damage on its own that increases over the 8 seconds you're using it for. And it reduces enemies' movement speed by 40%. It's also a giant AoE. An insane AoE, I should say. But probably the strongest ultimate in the game from what I'm told. All right, if you want to use that, go for it. If not, run Spell Wall like a weirdo like myself. All right, let's get into the back bar. We're running Dawnbreaker smiting, bread and butter. I like to smite people from the heavens of Dawnbreakers, and it's just my favorite ultimate. All right, that's why I use it. Next, we have Bird of Prey, Snare Immunity, Major Berserk, increasing your damage done by 5%. What can I say? Major Expedition, increase in movement speed, absolutely insane. Go bonkers with it. You're nutty. All right. Then we have our spammable D-Swing. One of our 3 stamina abilities we have. Our spammable, obviously. Insane damage. Really good. Applies off balance. Very good. Love to see it. Fun to use. Enjoy it. Next, Lotus Blossom. Lasts for 20 years. Never, you hit it. Never have to worry about it again for the rest of the fight. It heals you. Increases your crit rating. Extremely strong. Lasts for 300 years, like I said. Next, you have Executioner. Our like 3rd and final stamina ability for this stamina warden that we have. Applies a bleed, insane damage when it comes to executions. 100% use this. You need to execute on every single build almost, unless you're a Nightblade weirdo. But if you're not on Nightblade, you need to execute. Then we're running Deep Fissure. This is better than the stamina version of Shulks because it applies minor and major breach, reducing resistances, making people even more squishy to all your damage that you already insanely apply to people. So 100% this is needed. And finally, to wrap the skills up, that is why we are running the Blue Betty, is because of all the Magicka skills we do actually in fact have. All right, so just keep that in mind. All right, I'm gonna give you a quick little tip for this build if I haven't already. Magicka and movability pots are very good on this build because of all the Magicka skills. You might as well as get extra mag recovery, right? On top of that, you get Magicka back and immovability. Come on now, you can't ask for anything better. If you're running low on stam, just heavy attack once or twice and you're perfectly fine. And you have infinite sustain. There you go, you're welcome. All right, finally, but not least, for this build, we're going to go into the champion points. For my build, I am currently running Master at Arms, Deadly Aim, Biting Aura, and Duelist Rebuff. If you feel like you need some extra little small boy heals, go with Focus Mending, but it's not needed, in my personal opinion. Another one you can swap out is probably Deadly Aim or Biting Aura for Untamed Aggression or Wrathful Strikes. I haven't tested them out 100% to the fullest, but if you want to run them, go for it, because they're both very, very strong on multiple builds. So if you want to swap it out and you want to test it out for your own gameplay, go for it. It doesn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's only 3k gold. All right, for the red tree, Celerity, Survival Instincts, Pain's Refuge, Stained by Suffering, staple bread and butter for almost every single build. You're running at one of these 3 almost every single time, right? If you want to swap out anything, you could put Juggernaut on. Insane, you take 5% less damage when you have this. If you are not running Northern Storm, you can indeed put Relentlessness on, and then you also get major protection from this. But if you have Northern Storm, you get major protection from that. This would be useless to you. So I'm running Spell Wall. If I want to, I could put this on, but I do like the movement speed from Celerity, so that's why I run Celerity instead, all right? But that is indeed the CP. One last thing I will say about this build. if you are in a 1v1 dueling situation, put on Growing Storm instead of Bird of Prey. The extra pressure you get from this is actually insane. Like, actually insane. You get so much more pressure in a 1v1 scenario with this in Kjalnar's Nightmare than you ever would from Balorg Bird of Prey. All right. Open world, Balorg Bird of Prey is pretty good. But in a 1v1, Growing Storm Kjalnar's is definitely going to be the way to go. All right, so keep that in mind if you're in a 1v1 scenario, or if you plan on 1v1ing some weirdo that called you trash. Put on Kjalnar's and Growing Storm, you'll mop the floor with that kid. All right, but that should be it for this build. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments below. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go follow me on Twitch as well. Link will be in the description below. And yeah, look forward to the gameplay here right after this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand, call come